Hey, Todd here, and welcome to another Acme Machining. Well, it's 2024, and hey, New Year's Day, I reached my 1,000 subscribers, and I've been telling you people all along that I am going to get a better camcorder, or get a camcorder when I reach my 1,000 subscribers. So, I have been using this Fujifilm, just a point and shoot camera, and it's good for a little camera, but it's not a video camera. So I went out and I bought a Canon Vixia HFG70, and I hope it's going to be a lot better for your guys' viewing pleasure. At least now I can see the screen. I know I'm on screen, not somewheres over here that you can't see me. And but I'm going to turn the other camera on here in a minute and do a quick walk around, just to show off the camera I got. So I went out and I bought this for the channel. It's a 4K Canon Vixia HFG70. So I've got the little viewing screen here that I can turn around and see what I'm doing from the front of the camera here. And I went and I put a protective lens on this, just so if a piece of swarf flies off, it's not writing off a good camera lens. It's just a $50 filter. So that'll be my sacrificial filter, I guess. So, but going to be using this now, and hopefully it gives me a lot better quality video so that you guys can enjoy these more. So thank you to all my subscribers to getting me to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm excited to be an actual YouTube creator. So now back to our video. So here's my project today. I'm going to make a couple more of these jacks. Now these tips are interchangeable. They're actually off of a pressure screw for a puller that Snap-on makes. So you can get these tips and change them over for whatever you like to have. So there's flat ones. I'm also going to make some ball end ones. So, but these here are just made out of 2" by 1/2" flat bar. And I'm going to make a couple different lengths. And it's 3/4 by 16 threaded rod for the screws. A nut, which I am going to shorten because I don't want the nuts that long. And the actual bar stock that I'm using, or round stock that I'm using, is pieces of tie rod end off of 1-ton Dodges. So free steel, right? Free is good. So stick around. We're going to have some fun. Now I cut off 3 of these. I'm only going to make one on the video, but I've got one that's 5.5 inches, one that's 6 inches, and one that's 7 1/4. There's no set, got to be this size. This is 1/2" bar by 2 1/2" by 2 flat bar, and it's just mild steel. And I am just going to cut these out here. I've got this piece centered up. And like I said, there's no, it's got to be this size. Build it for what you want. I've had 2 of these for a while, and I'm going to make them into pairs. So I'm going to make one of each, the same as I got. And I'm just going to put a third one together, and I'll figure out what height I want in the future. I'm not going to get it all done today, but I am leaving myself about ½ an inch off the end here. Zero my x-axis. Going to be spinning at 600 RPMs, and we're just going to, this here one is actually, and I'll bring this in just to give an idea of where we're going to be. We are going to stop, and I'm just going to draw a line for where I'm going to stop. I don't even know how long my slot's going to be until I look at this, and the slot's going to be about 3 inches long on this one. Like I said, build them for yourselves. Build them as long as you want them, as tall as you want them, and just have fun. That's why we're out here, to have fun. I'm just going to bring the table up until I touch off. Going to run a little bit of mist. Y-axis locked off on the table. And I'm just feeding this down as we go. I got a ½ inch 3-flute carbide end mill in there. Back when we get down through this. Okay, we're just coming through the bottom right now, and I'm just going to sink this down a little bit more to make sure I'm through the bottom. Unlock my table, and I'm going to go in 0.010 of an inch just to give me some clearance. Lock the line again, and we're the bottom. We're just cleaning up this one edge. Off the other side. That'll give us 20 thousandths clearance. For our next one. For our hold down studs, so I can put that in and slide it. Sorry about my hand in the way. Can't reach around the other side, but okay. So there's that step. I'm going to do these other ones off camera, and I'll bring you back when we're going to bore the hole here. It's going to be a 7/8 hole, and for the upright part of it. So I'll bring you back after. Had to get some PPP out. Chips were flying everywhere, so we got the 3 of these turned out. So I got 2 of them right there. And I've got one still in the mill, so I'm just going to change over to drilling truck, and we'll get that 7/8 hole in there. So we'll bring you back when we got the truck changed. Okay, we're back. I put a number 3 in there. I tried to start with a number 4, but it was dull, so just come in 15/16 from the end. And what I'm going to do here is just to make it simple, put a straight edge across there. Ready for the next one. There's number 2. not going to show you everything 3 times over, so I'll bring you back when we get through and we'll get the 7/8 in the truck here. Okay, now for the 7/8. Okay, just 2 more times. I'll bring you back. Okay, there's the base plate for, or the 3 base plates for the next set I'm making. Those are done, ready to go. Now I'm going to go over to the lathe and get this section made up. So, over to the lathe we go. Okay, the piece of bar stock I put in here is 4 7/8 by, where did I leave my calipers? I've got that turned down to 1045, but it started out at 1 1/8. So what I want to do is I want to turn this here down, and I'm not, like, I've got 1/2 inch of stock on the base plates, and this doesn't have to go all the way through. I'm just using it to locate, and then I'll weld it in and I'll have a good fitment. So that there, this here is just, I've just come in 2/100 of an inch. It's what was on the old bar stock when I grabbed it from under the bench. So I am just going to continue turning this down. And we're going to go to 7/8 of an inch because that's what we have. So I'll call that 0. Bring that down to the shoulder. Set my dial gauge here, and I'm just going to go 40 thou ton. .966. Take another 40, that'll take 80 off of this. Okay. 886, so I got to take 11 off of that. Just take a there we are, 7/8 of an inch. Gotta get some sort of a gantry set up here so I can get some overhead shots. There. That's just where I wanted it to be. Just going to break the corners here on this. On that shoulder because it's going to be welded. That'll give some place for a little extra penetration. And we're just going to drill a 11/16 hole in through there. Drill right through this. I'm going to drill through 11/16 tap size, but of course the tap threads aren't going to go all the way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 11/16 all the way, and then I'm going to measure it up, and I'm probably only going to have about 1 inch of threads from the other end, so I'm going to go in with a 3/4 and I'm going to clean out the whole thing. bit changed out and I'll bring you back. Slowed us down to 60 RPMs here. Just going with a 1/2 inch drill bit for right now because they're cheaper. I'm not going to make you watch me drill a hole, so I'll bring you back when I get closer to the end. Okay, so I've got a 1/2 inch hole in about 2 inches. And the thing is the chip's starting to get plugged up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this 11/16 for about 1.5 inches just to give some chip clearance on the 1/2 inch. So sometimes you save a lot of time by taking a minute and changing out your bits. This one I'm making is going to be the tallest of the 3 stands that I'm making. I'm really only going to show the making of one because you guys don't need to see 3 of them. It's just rinse and repeat. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19. There. I was in 190 thou on that one. I just count the rotations of my so I'm going to go back to 1/2 inch drilling until I'm through there, and I'll bring you back then. You can see how the chips clear out of the hole a little better. Just wanted to show you that trick. Still got to back out every now and then and clear your work. But we'll bring you back as we get through her. Coming in from the other side. Gonna see if I can get a center hole through her. Taking a long time to get through the other way. I don't really have, well, my drill bit's not even 5 inch long, so it kind of leaves me in a rough spot anyway, so. But I'm just just going to get a hole through her and we'll be back. Okay. We got a pilot hole through the center of her. And now we're going through with our 1/2 inch. That gets us all the way through. And what I am going to do is I'm going to come through from the other side with the 11/16 because I want to make sure that my bores are not offset, because if I'm offset a little bit, the 3/4 rod is not going to turn in the 3/4 bore that I'm going to do with the 3/4 inch bit when I'm all done here. Back up, clean this up, protest it. Sometimes you gotta listen to your tools, they'll tell you more than anything else. A little bit of protesting, but we're through. Now I'm going to flip it over and continue from the other side. Okay, the reason I didn't continue drilling from the other side once I had a pilot hole through for my 11/16 is the sides of the drill also make it cut center. So by going in here, it's going to find its way, and if the 1/2 inch hole is off a little bit, this is going to win because the sides have got more purchase than the tip does trying to cut. So it'll find its way through and it'll make a nice, and this here one, as I get through to the other side, I am going to have to extend it out in the truck, but we'll make her through with this one. Moving along good, but I'm going to pause and bring you back when we're through. Okay, now I have to go in about 5 1/8, and you can see here to the tip of the chuck is about 4 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my drill chuck key. Which I left buried up on top of the mill for the lathe. I'm just going to extend that out like that, and now from there I'm almost 5 1/4 inches, and I've got a 1/2 inch pilot hole through there, so it's not like I'm fighting real hard. I'm going to check a couple others there. And we'll get through this. Now when I'm into a bore like this, drilling, I count my, well, there, I'm through. So what I was going to say is I count the rotations on the handle. So I'm only feeding the head about ½ an inch at a time, because when I pull back, look at the swarf that's in that drill bit. That will bind you up and kill the job. So when you're buried up and it can't exit the flutes, I make sure that I only go about 4 to 5 hundredths and then back out. And I kind of keep a mental note of how much it's packing it up, and then I can adjust my, do I need to do it sooner, or can I get another turn out of the handle? So keep that in mind. You don't want the drill bit to break off when it's 4 inches deep in a bore. Okay, you can see how that bore is stepped in there. Hopefully you can see. And so I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to bring in the threaded section. So that'll let this end will let the 3/4 inch by 16 threaded rod pass through. So I don't need to bore 5 inches or thread, so excuse me, thread 5 inches of stock. So I've only got to, I'm going to turn this around, and you can see the step inside there again. Not very well. A lot better than my old camera, I'll tell you that. Okay, this one's got manual focus on it too, so that helps me when I'm trying to get these shots. So. Okay, I'm going to get it set up and get a tap in this thing. Okay, we got some anchor lube on this and 12mm wrenches. Now, rather than just trying to feed this in with one wrench, I use 2. The reason being, I'm not feeding off center to get this to start. Okay, where if I was just putting pressure on one wrench, I can be shoving it this way. And this way you're pulling and pushing, so you're trying to keep it on the center pivot here. And you got to back off every now and then, break your chips out of the way. Okay, I've got enough in there now. I'm going to take this out and get it in the vise. Now you wonder where I got the idea of using 2 wrenches? That's the same thing right here. You can't just grab hold of one and do it. It doesn't want to work that way. So, that's why I grab 2 wrenches when I'm doing stuff like that. I'm going to give it a little more anchor lube here. Making a mess. That's why I don't videotape myself eating. Just kidding, folks. That anchor lube works great. Feels like it's cutting a nice thread. I'll bring you back. Okay, so here's the one we're putting together today. I just stole the pin out of another one. That's going to be the end of part 1, and I'm going to do a part 2 for this piece here. So we'll see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great day.